Now, listening to CEOs of major corporations lecture the elected officials in Georgia about election laws that actually gave the voters there more opportunities to vote, and maybe it was out of their inexcusable ignorance or intentional dishonesty, these CEOs claimed that Georgia was making it harder to vote. It made me wonder just how wonderful their own companies are at fighting racism. Well, it turns out not so good. Coca-Cola, as I like to call them, their CEO got his shorts in a wad and chastised Governor Kemp and the legislature of Georgia for a bill that he apparently did not read, because had he done so, he would have realized that it was President Biden who utterly misrepresented the voting law so badly that no less than the Washington Post pretty much deemed President Biden a lion, dog-faced pony soldier. You've heard that line before. Delta Airlines sort of crash-landed their own uppity evaluation of a law that actually expanded voting times, opportunities, and access by saying they wouldn't put up with racism. Well, of course they wouldn't. No one would. And then the commissioner of Major League Baseball made a complete fool of himself by jerking the All-Star game out of majority black Atlanta and putting the game in almost completely white Denver. That just happened to cost the black businesses in Atlanta over $100 million in lost economic impact. But here's the kicker. Coca-Cola has 12 people on their corporate board. Only 2 of the seats are held by black people. Ditto that for Delta. 2 of their 12 seats on the board are held by black people. They, by the way, promise they will do better. I got an idea for them. If they feel so bad about it, how about both of those CEOs just stepping down and having their boards replace them with black CEOs? Why not? Makes more sense. If you're really serious. By the way, Coca-Cola paid out a settlement of over $192 million several years ago for racial discrimination because they were paying minority employees less and giving less opportunities for executive leadership to minorities. And Delta's only got 7% of its top officers who are black. And all of the big CEOs, to get preachy about race, here's something you need to know. Of the 122 teams that make up the NFL, the NBA, National Hockey League, and Major League Baseball, only one of them is majority owned by a black person, the Charlotte Hornets, because Michael Jordan owns about 97% of them. That's the only one out of 122. So in the words of Jesus, I like to quote him, here is a message to the self-righteous CEOs. Before you take out the speck in your brother's eye, you might want to take the beam out of your own eye. And next time, when you're going to wade into the middle of a political fight over a piece of legislation, it just might be a good idea to actually read it so you don't look so pathetic when you can't name a thing in it that you really find fault with. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, then subscribe, and hit the notification bell below. Now, if you didn't like it, you ought to find a Ben Shapiro video to detox you with more facts.